Good mighty morning, everybody. How are you doing? It is another beautiful Colorado day. And today, we're going to talk about 4 things. And it's all going to be pretty brief, quick concepts. But if you implement these, you'll really see a difference. It's the unsexy truth, okay? And those 4 things are time tracking, money tracking. I wrote them down on an index card here. Levels of wealth and your legacy. And the first thing I'm going to introduce is the levels of wealth thing, and then I'll talk about what you're doing at every stage of that. So, if you haven't been here before, my name's Matt. Help people out with selling stuff online, mostly high-ticket coach kind of stuff, especially in the health space, but not limited to. We are full service. We make your pages, we run your ads, we tell you what to say. All my clients do is show up to calls with me and brainstorm. Typically, we build out a quick little webinar. It's done with you. It's really very little work. And the last thing they do is they do Facebook Lives like this, where they help people out. And people really like them, and it makes it really easy to sell, which is different than a lot of other people. So, let's talk about time, money, and legacy. So, this is a confusing topic because there's a lot of people hiring different business coaches out there. They start earning more money, and then the business coach goes, "Yay!" and then they kind of aren't sure what to do. They're like, "Oh, I should hire an assistant, but I don't know what to hire for." How do I invest my money? Do I just spend more with this same coach? How do I use all these resources I now have access to because of the increased level of wealth? So the first thing I want to give you some clarity on is 3 levels of wealth. And the first level is survival. And most people don't even know the number that they need for survival. So survival is how much money do I need per month to just hold my monthly expenses. And if you're a coach or consultant coming into people who are, especially second career, just starting, you kind of want to know what their number is, because if you aren't helping to get them there, then you could get yourself in a sticky situation where they've spent a bunch of money with you and not seeing a return in the right time period. But you should go down and you should write down all of your monthly expenses. For me, I keep it on a cool little Excel chart. I share it with some people if they ask for it. It's got food, housing, electricity, water, miscellaneous as a category, subscription services for my business. I use Kartra and ActiveCampaign and Zoom and Premiere and all this stuff. And I can see every month exactly how much money is going out. And the big advantage to this tool is I can now strategically invest. I can say, okay, I've got this much money coming in this month and this much money coming in the next month. Makes sense? So that's the first thing, is I'd recommend you implement some kind of money tracking system. It can be a very, very simple Excel sheet. It's not a budget. Just keep all your receipts and just go punch them all into the categories. That's literally all I do. And I keep track of how much every client is paying me. So the next thing is so that's money tracking and the first level of wealth. The second level of wealth is stability. You're at the point where you're not just at monthly expenses, you're exceeding monthly expenses. You can start to do some stuff, okay? The first thing I did was I paid off all my debt, which is super awesome. And now things are pretty worry-free. Now I can really look at things and go, what can I invest in next? What's my next big move, right? And it's kind of, it depends on the person. What I recommend that they start, investing their excess resources in. It could be people, it could be another coach, it could be advertising is a good one because that gets you even more resources. But it's at that stage that you need to do something that is called the perfect average day, which is an exercise I learned from Frank Kern, who's an excellent entrepreneurial coach and online marketer. And the perfect average day is, a lot of people do vision boards. If you watched my live yesterday on sales, you saw my vision board, a couple things on there. I intend to print more off. And that's a great tool to have, to aspire to a specific goal. But rather than aspire to a specific goal, you should aspire to a state that is repeatable. So the idea of the perfect average day is you say, okay, at whatever time that I wake up, what exactly am I doing? What exactly do I want that to look like? Describe it in, action, all 5 senses, right? And then what am I doing the next hour of the day, the next hour of the day, the next hour of the day? Because if you don't have that as a guiding force, what's going to end up happening is that you're going to have all these excess resources, and you're just not going to know how to like really handle it, or how to steer